Hello everyone and welcome back to another Universe Sandbox video, and today we're going to be creating another custom solar system which we are going to evolve from birth to death. So if you've not seen a birth to death system before, this is where we create a new solar system, and then with the star itself in particular, we start the star off young, very low luminosity, not the largest in size, and then once the system is all made, we start cranking up the star, making it bigger, brighter, and we see how the system changes over time, and eventually the star will become a red giant, and then that's where the chaos starts. So without further ado, everybody, let's get into this. So star wise, obviously I need to pick a star to sort of use as our template for the proto star of this system. So could go for something. I want to try and go for a supergiant star, maybe. Well, in the end, maybe go for something that will eventually become a supergiant. So I'm going to go with something with a little more mass maybe than normal. So what are we thinking here? You know, something with maybe at least 5 to 10 masses of sun. So Pollux, what's that? Centauri, nah, definitely not any of those. I want something with a nice... See, here we go. So something like Deneb, a young version of Deneb, for instance, could be interesting. We'd have to devolve this star in particular if we were to use it at the beginning, or I could go with a completely random star and go from there, but it's better to go off a star that already has a lot of mass, because the stars in the game can sometimes be a bit of a pain to manage. So I'm going to start with Polaris here as my proto star, but what I need to first of all do is devolve the star down. So what we're going to call it, we're going to get the sim saved immediately, so B to D, birth to death, 25, just call it 25, so we're doing it in 2025, so there we go. Right, let me just save that, just so I get the groundwork done, because I know the stars can sometimes be a little temporary, so let's get that saved. And in the meantime, obviously what I need to do now is devolve this star down. So it's a little too large for my liking. Oh, it just messed the mass up actually there. So it's 4.5, okay, so let's lock that. Right, now lower it down. It's a young star, it's not going to be as big as it one day will be. Luminosity, again, needs to go down. So I'm going to make it, you know, a young small star. It's going to start at maybe 0.61 suns, because it still was more massive than normal. Maybe we'll go a little less. We'll go 0.3. It's a baby little star. Oi, I didn't tell that it could unlock. Right, there we go. Lock that mass, because I don't want the mass changing for most of the time here. So there we go. Lower the loop. Maybe it starts off as a cooler star as well. Let's go with maybe 4,000. Is it a young Polaris prototype star here? So there we are. If we turn the goggles off, still going to be bright, but in the future it's going to get a little more intense than that. Right now its luminosity is 1.9. Again, I want to lower that down, 0.4. Okay, that's fine. So that is my initial star that I'm going to use to work on here. Now it's putting the planets in. So where's our habitable zone? This is the habitable zone of the young protostar, so this is not going to be the final product of this. So planets, I'm thinking I definitely want to include some of those recent competition objects, because they look pretty cool. So we'll definitely have some of those glowy cloud objects in here. I think that'd be cool. Maybe we have 2 planets. I mean, there was 2 of them, so they're quite similar. So I'm going to put the first one from a Zyv here, which was our competition winning object. I'm going to plot that around 1.1. I'm going to put the other planet, Vex's one here, move that a little closer. I'll put that maybe have them in similar orbits. Plop them there. There we go. And actually, one thing we do in these systems as well is, as it's, you know, the proto part of the system's still forming. That means that, you know, planets form hot, so they don't just form and they're all nice temperatures. So what I'm going to do is, the background temperature of the simulation, I'm going to, crank it up. Sim, we need sim, don't we? There we go. So where is it? This button here. So I'm going to put this to, say, 1,000. So all the planets will be at 1,000 degrees once it all warms up. So there we go. So we've got our crazy cloud objects already looking, yeah, they look absolutely insane. So, oh yeah, okay, excellent. So it'd be cool to see how they change over time. Let's close the tools menu, close those down. Okay. So we've got our first 2 in the planets that have formed. But, you know, technically it should be the gas giants that form first. So we'll go ahead and place the gas giants in now. So any customs I want to use, or should I go with some fresh stuff? Let's see. I mean, it's always nice to use a custom, because they already look pretty nice. Because, you know, creating a custom gas giant is quite a lengthy process if you want to get the bands right. So now I've got a decent lineup of banded planets in here as well, so it should be interesting. I got a lot of exoplanet templates here, based off real planets. So you've got their real stats, and I've got the templates down here. A lot of them are ice giant ones though, so could be interesting. Let's go with maybe one that looks more like a generic gas giant. I'll plot that maybe. Let's go 3 AU away, the first of the gas giants. I'm gonna pop that one there. I may go with 3 gas giants close together. So I'm going to go 1, and where's that one? So that's 3 AU. I'm going to put the next one at maybe 5. Then I'm going to go with, the good old, where is it? Facile here. I really do like this one. This one's cool. I'm going to put that there. So 3 gas giants in close proximity there. Now, we can probably add another ice giant further on as well. Let's see, any ones that are worthy of being used? Let's see here, that one's always been an interesting one. I've got a lot of ice giant templates here. These are all old custom Neptunes, but now the game's changed. They don't appear the way they are in the menu anymore, so they'll appear a little different when we place them in. Should be interesting nonetheless. I'm going to place maybe we have 2 ice giants in a similar orbit. You know, could be interesting once we start evolving the system. So I'm going to plot both of them, you know, in similar orbits, those 2 there. So we've got 2 ice giants in the far region. I mean, how far away is this? At 13 AUC? That's not exactly far. You know, once we really start cranking up the system, that star's going to get pretty rapid, and it's going to wreck a lot of the things in here. So maybe I'm actually going to go with, let's go simulation. I need tools, I think it is. Open this up. I need to expand the system, actually. I'm going to actually expand this further out. Is that going to expand? Does that work? Is that doing anything? Don't know if it is. Expand system. It's not doing anything. Oh, the button doesn't work. Oh no, shrink, expand. It doesn't work. They used to make all the orbits go further. Oh, I guess I'm going to have to do it manually in that case. So let's just pause it. I'm just going to manually move these further away, because I'm just thinking that star will get quite intense quite fast. So I'm going to give all these guys longer orbital periods just out of the box here. So there we go. Same with these guys. I'm going to move them pretty much completely out of the zone to begin with here. Put them both there. Now let's go and auto orbit them back into place. Where are we? Is it motion? Where's the auto? Oh, these new menus still drive me mad. There it is. You have to go onto that button now. There we go. Auto orbit. There we go. So there are similar orbits. There we go. So give everyone a little more breathing space to get going here. So there we go. I need to check the mass of those gas giants as well. So there we go. So, alright. Press play. You can let the simulation run for a bit just to get the temperatures and stuff going. There you go. So those 2 are in similar orbits. Okay, that's fine. 2 sister objects there. Okay, what else can we go for? Do I still have some of my old... Let's see here. I did lose a lot of templates when we updated the game, so I have I've refreshed my menu here, so I've got a lot of different objects to what I used to. Obviously the menu's a lot smaller. Let's go with the really weird star texture. I'm going to have that quite close to the star as a burning rock. You can see those crazy cloud objects that emit a little light as well. Okay. What else are we going for? I mean, some of these objects may no longer function as intended. Okay, let's see. Oh, I like that one as well. Where's it? That recent competition gas giant. I'm going to plot that as an inner sort of gas. It's called habitable gas giant, so I'm going to plop it in the inner region there. Okay. Right, now onto the randoms. I want some random Rockies. I want to fill this up and do some customization of my own as well. So let's see here. So they're quite far away. Maybe we have some super Earths at the far depths here. So I'm going to go for Rocky there. Rocky there. So a lot of like Rockies in the outer skirts. Maybe we have final gas giant out there somewhere as well. I'm going to have a lot of Rockies in the inner system here as well. I'm going to make it quite a busy inner system. Remember, this system evolves over time. These orbits will not be in the same place when we get to the end of this. So I'm going to have plop a few there. Because, you know, a lot of the time, a lot of the planets don't make it to the end in these. So there we go. Yeah, that's looking, that well's looking pretty cool. Let's let the time speed up though. Not like that. There you go, that'll warm it. Just get everything warmed up. So you can see here, everything's warming up pretty far. So we won't necessarily get to the customization straight away. There's the crazy cloud objects. They're very hot already. Remember, the system's still forming. That's why we have the background temperature up. So these will cool down eventually once we deem the system is ready to be come out of the formation. There we go. How's this one at -273? How does that work? That's weird. Heat glow. It is glowing hot. That's really strange. Like how it has the custom blue glow as well. That's cool. How are these guys doing? So I need to check the mass as well. 0.2 Jupiters, that one is 60, so that's a smaller gas giant completely there, that one. Need to figure out which one will be the dominant gas giant in this system. Facile here, that one's normally, we normally use that one as a dominant one when we've used it before. Maybe I'm going to make Fasal the dominant gas giant. I like this one. So 2.93, make it 5. I'm going to make maybe about 4 Jupiters, 4.2, a little less, 407, yeah. This one here, I'm going to make this one of this ice giant. I'm going to make this a more dominant world as well. Let's go to Jupiters. I'm going to plop it maybe 2. Maybe a little less, actually, 1.7. So you've got 2 pretty powerful gas giants together. There's a big gap between them as well. Probably a good thing. Here we've got some of the ice, one of the ice giants there. Again, still hot because we are forming. And let's also give them their trail colours so we can identify them easier. So there we go, the ice giants. Facile here, this is kind of a mix between a gas and an ice. It's a very unique colour. I'm going to plop it with maybe... Oh, that's the wrong thing. Oh, hang on. Let's go back. Well, I can give it a custom heat glow, I guess. Make it a cool sort of deep blue glow to it. Oh, that's a really cool feature. You can now customise the heat glow. There we go. But yeah, interface, that's what I want. I'm going to give it a maybe... Well, actually, it's the dominant gas giant, so I'll give it a yellow trail there. This gas giant as well. In fact, just maybe a lighter yellow, more of an orange shade. And this gas giant as well. Again, yeah, maybe a darker yellow. There we go. Actually, that's too many yellows in the inner system. Actually, I'll give it a maybe give it a white. Haswell gas giant. How's this one doing? Give that one a maybe with a greener shade. And then the inner solar system here. This will be a lot of there's gonna be a lot of carnage in here early on, I reckon. I may make one of these maybe a super. Maybe make one of the crazy clouded objects a super Earth. So, for instance, this was the winning object. So I'm gonna make this a super Earth. I'm gonna put this up to maybe 3.6 Earth masses. The sister planet here. This is at 1. I'm gonna put that to 2 Earths, I think. There you go. They look crazy, those guys already. Wow. Okay. Further out, got the other Rockies as well. Maybe I'm gonna have maybe another gas giant further out. So I'll make this one pretty wild. What do we have as the far out gas giant? Maybe this deep blue coloured one. Let's plot that even further out. That'll be one of the most distant planets in there. Okay. Gassy banded 5. It's got a decent mass on it as well. Maybe this can clean up the back of the solar system there. So 0.5 Jupiters. I think that'll be a respectable mass to work with. Okay, there you go. Now, any other worlds we can use? Let's see. I think maybe some more rocky planets in the gas giant area here. We can also have some dwarf planets flopped in as well because they're always fun to sling around. So it could be interesting. Okay. We can put some of the more recent competition objects in here as well. Like we've got this one here called Ultra Earth, made by Core, so we can plot that in. Maybe have this as maybe a frozen world that may one day warm up. So put that. I'm gonna maybe put it in between some of the gas giant orbits and see if that world can hold on. That could be interesting. It's another one of the Sunrest. This one's a warmer planet, so let's pop that in the inner system here. One of Tech's next planets. We've got this one here from Alpha Null as well. Let's plot that in. Let's put that near on the outer parts of the inner solar system there. Okay. We've got a lot of the competition objects in there. Is that? I think that's most of them, isn't it? Oh, we've got the Neptune like ice giant as well. I mean, let's plop that in so we've got everyone's planets in here as well. Let's pop that near the gassy banded in that distant region of the system. There we go. Okay, so I think that's probably quite a solid lineup of planets now. So the question is, how will this system evolve over time? So where's our lineup? So there's a decent line of planets in here. What we'll do as well, we'll throw in the dwarf planet. Actually, one thing I didn't do as well is we didn't add the nice visuals in. Let's do that now, because remember, this is still a system in its early days, so we need to add in, you know, the planetary disk. That's what we're missing. So where's it? The Saturn ring. There you go. Got to do it properly if we're going to do it. So there we go. Yep. So we want it around the star, of course. Now let's go. We'll go in AU here. Not light distance. AU. Yep. So let's go with 0.5. I'm going to go out to maybe 2. Pop it around the star. There you go. That's the inner disk. Then we go from 2. So 0, 2, 2. We'll go to, let's say, 8. Pop another part of the disk in. And then we're going to go from 8 to, say, 30. And the final part of the planetary disk in there. There we go. Maybe one more, actually, where we have the really fast stuff. So 30 to, let's say, 150. And plop that in there. So you've got the planetary disk. This is where planets are formed. Go ahead and close it down. So that is a young system in its very early phase, or very early days. Let's go ahead and give it a save as well, replace the existing sim. There you go. So that is a young solar system with all the planets forming. Obviously, everyone's very hot at this point because you know you don't form a planet cold, so everything has got high temperatures already. And our young solar system is taking shape. We've got a lot of particles in there, and I think the final finishing touches is we'll have a in the far regions we'll have a load of dwarf planets sitting on the outer edges. So we're going to go random moons and objects like that, put them in orbit, and have dwarf planets filling up this sort of last region out here. There you go, and have some random small moons as well. Pop a few different sizes in there. There you go. I won't necessarily customize all of those, but there we are. So now let's start to evolve the system. Let's let some time play out, because that inner system I think is going to be absolutely insane. With the amount of stuff flying in there, there's no way this is going to stay stable. Again, let's go have another save since I did put the dwarf planets in, and there you go. So that our system is formed. That is everything in there, our new custom system. Let's let time play out before we cool everything down. And let's see how this runs. So the inner system is looking... Whew, there's a lot of stuff going on in there. Eventually there's going to be some sort of chaos, I reckon. We will see. Maybe there won't be. Maybe we built the system that good. We'll have to wait and see. There we go. So let's let everything all play out. So pick up all that material in the planetary disk there. The young Polaris star sitting in there. Not causing too much problems so far. So actually, while that's all playing as well, we'll get everyone in the lineup. See who's at the top. So radius, for instance. I'm in radius, and that's definitely bigger than that one, but that's strange. Mass, radius. There we go. Game's a bit buggy today. Not sure what's going on here. So here are our planets. So the dominant gas giant is not actually the largest of the gas giants. We can see this one here. For some reason, is bigger. I don't think I agree with that. I'm going to change that. Very strange. Yeah, I don't want it being that big. There we go. That makes more sense. Only 2 masses of Earth, though. Ooh. I don't believe that's quite right. Yeah, the radius on this is very strange. I'll keep it as 16, but you know this size should be way smaller than what it is. I reckon. With 5 Earths at most, there we go. Let's unlock it. Hopefully he's fixed it. Okay, there you go. So there's our gas giants. So a decent lineup there. Got the crazy rocky planets there. Different sizes all in there. This one is glowing. Look at Tech's next one. That one's absolutely mad. It's like the amethyst planet. The purple amethyst. Look at this jewel of the system. Where is it? Let's go over to it. There it is. Look at this thing. Oh, that looks really good. Wow. That looks insane. Actually, one thing we'll do is let's turn off the space goggles. Let's see all this in its real colour. Oh my gosh. That looks awesome. Whoa. I like that. Look at that. How's that for a young solar system? Oh, it looks so cool. I think the new lighting visuals in here made this look fantastic. Look at that. Oh, we're going to have to save... That's got to be the thumbnail. Let me just make a side save. We're making something to that the thumbnail, because that looks fantastic. Wow. I wouldn't even believe that was Universe Sandbox, if I'm honest. I mean, that looks fantastic. The new lighting visuals are brilliant. So there you go. So that's with the space goggles off. So our young solar system forming. But I think it's time it comes out. Look at it with the goggles on and off. Wow. That really makes a difference, doesn't it? It just looks really weird now. So, labels on, orbits. Actually, yep. Okay, that's fine. So, what we're going to do is delete the particles. There you go. So it's going to run a little faster. We can start to see the system's going to wobble more now since it can run properly. We're going to put this back down to 0 Kelvin. So, you know, the background temperature of the universe will take over. So now we can really see the temperatures of all these planets when they come. So now let's start to evolve the system. Let's also throw in another save now. There you go. So we replace the original sim we had. There you go. That's fine. Good. Right, now we can really get to the evolution part of this video. So we're 20 minutes in already, and we're only just getting to it now. We can already see there is carnage. Some orbits are changing. So we're going to see how this forms. And also, we can also get to customizing some of the planets now that things have calmed down a bit. So get to the customization. See the dwarf planets at the back? They seem to be doing okay so far. This is the dominant object of the outer regions here. The purple, we're going to probably call it purple gas. There we go. Just so we can distinguish it, because I don't want to keep saying template gas giant every time. Realistic ice giant here. There we go. Let's make that one just a little lighter in colour as well. You can see there's orbit changes already. You can see there's definitely something going on in there. Oh, yes. This one, blue gas. That's one of the other ones we can see. There we go. Ice gas. I'm bad with names. What's this one here? Another one of the... This one we'll just call gassy. And then this one, we know this one's called Facile. So there we go. Facile. That's a cool one. We like that one. Yellow gas. There we are. Right, okay. So, is everyone all calmed down in here now? Yeah, everything's pretty cold. So nothing's close to the star to really warm up yet. So, should be interesting. So now we can get to a bit of customization with the planets as well. Because remember, as well as being an evolution system, this is also a custom system. So we are fully allowed to customize objects, make them look nicer. So we can add atmospheres and things on as well, but nothing that affects the outcome of the system in a way, I guess, with customization. I mean, that's at our discretion, though. Give it a 180 atmosphere. Give it a bit of atmosphere. There you go. Lighten things up here. And this world probably won't be around too long, though, with a star. Of how close it is to a star like that. But let's give it a bit of nice looking conditions. Maybe make the atmosphere a bit more on the red side of the gauge there. There you go. So just some basic customization. See how it does. It looks like it contains some water though, because it has got some ice that's appeared. Aura packs next planet out. What is this? 42 degrees here. I'm not sure that's quite right. It's not really in the zone, is it? But it has got some sort of liquid on it. What is that? It is water. Is that? That's liquid water. Okay, cool. So we've already got an ocean world in the very early prehistoric time of this system. This planet is tilted on its side as well. So technically vegetation, and we can swap that on. So if it ever does get habitable, we can see. So right now I'm going to give that a blue trail. I don't think that's going to last long though. I mean, it is close to that star. Curio next planet out. So we've got a frozen rock by the looks of things. Again, you've got to have those in there. We can't have everything being absolutely... customized like crazy. I've got to have a few generic worlds in there as well. What's this one? Again, another frozen ice looking world, but we can give it a bit of customization nonetheless just to distinguish it. Let's go with maybe a greener atmosphere. Let's see how that looks. Put that to 0. Oh, yep. See that atmosphere come up a bit. Maybe a thicker green atmosphere. There you go. Clouds. Turbulent and turbulent cloud set. Make it a little more greener. There you go, nice big green atmosphere on it. Now, what's it receiving light from this direction? What is that? There's no... Interesting. What is causing that light? Space goes off. Something is giving it light. Oh, that star. Hey, a young star. One of the gas giants is still glowing hot, maybe. I'm not sure what that is. What's this? Sunrest. What's going on here? Ooh. What's happened to your atmosphere? It does have an atmosphere. Where is it? One of the recent competition objects. Let's turn it up a bit. Give it its atmosphere back. There you go. As clouds and stuff are on. I think it's just in a dormant state at the moment. There's sunrest from Texneck. Oh. How's that glowing? What? When we zoom in, it doesn't. This was the one that was like amethyst colour earlier. What the heck? How's it glowing like that? There's some weird bugs going on in this. Turn the goggles on. Does that make a difference? On and off. Doesn't make any difference. There you go. And then off again. That's really weird. Next planet out. Another frozen rock. Got Zayachev here. So here we go. So here's the first of the crazy cloud objects. Oh, it looks really cool, doesn't it? So this is our dominant rocky super Earth. It's tilted on its side though, so mysterious cause of why is it on its side. Rotational period, it does rotate. Let's see it in action. There it is. Very bizarre. Do the goggles make a difference on it? They do slightly actually. Let's actually look underneath. I actually want to customize this a bit underneath. So clouds are that serial. So that's what it looks like under the clouds. Try and give it a little more colour underneath maybe. It's a bit bland. You can see it's got a bit of a... I want to say it's a bit of... Is that a bit of ocean there? That's middle elevation. Never mind. Interesting. Okay. So it's got custom colours. Is that contrast doing it? I think there's a layer of ice or snow covering a lot of this planet up. I'm guessing there's... Is that snow? It is snow. Yeah. Okay. So that's what it looks like underneath all of that. So there you go. So that's a proper look at how its surface actually is. Let's give it maybe a deep red look. I don't know. That looks pretty interesting. Dark crimson red. A mysterious world indeed. maybe a mix of like a red and green kind of, red and green vegetation kind of look to it. Go with the sandy yellow just there. Crimson, red and green mixed together. Obviously it's quite dim at the moment because we haven't really got a lot of light going on. So there's the cloud and atmosphere back on it. Underneath that mysterious cloud layer. I don't want to modify these settings too much though because it will upset the custom clouds. Atmosphere, give it more of an atmosphere maybe. Opacity doesn't make much of a difference if I put that to 0. The atmosphere isn't really too visible. It doesn't really need to be though, but another bit of colour to it. It just dims the clouds. So there it is. What does it actually contain, this thing? Does it actually have... So it's got... It doesn't actually have any water on it. I'll maybe add a bit of water to it. Just maybe you see it get a little bit of water at some point. So let's go with 0.2 Earths there. Yes, it contains a little bit of water. Can throw a bit of oxygen on it as well. So there you go. So maybe in the future we'll see a bit of temperature from that. So then the sister planet over here, the other crazy cloud planet, looking even more crazy. Look at that. Oh my gosh. It looks beautiful. But what is causing those additional lights on it? I don't understand. It looks fantastic, but I'm not sure what's actually causing it. So let's have a little look underneath here. So that's it with the atmosphere off. Looks even more crazy. Clouds. So that's what it looks like underneath. Maybe give it a heavy ocean layer. Let's increase the amount of water it has. So now if it ever does warm up, it will have a very nice ocean underneath. Has yellow liquid. Okay, that's cool. So if it does warm up, it will have a very funky ocean colour. Okay, I'm going to leave that alone. I'm not going to do much more defined to that. It's already got an interesting composition there. Actual gas giant, that's out next. Okay, this one here has got a... make it a little larger in size. That's really decent, actually. Is this a potential Earth-like world underneath? Does it contain... It does have some water, nitrogen. Might as well add some oxygen to it just to complete the package, I guess. Here we go. Give it a bit of carbon dioxide as well. There you go. A little bit of stuff in there to help him out. Make it a little more blue atmosphere. There you go. Lower the opacity down. So that's a potential future Earth-like world. I have to see it when it warms up. Put the vegetation button on, see if it does actually eventually get there. Give it a bluer trail. That's one to keep an eye on. Okay, onto the gas giants over here. I mean, these are gas giants, don't need much customization there. The Ultra Earth here, this is a potential Earth-like world eventually as well. If we look underneath, how is it looking? Pretty dark. Because we are very far from the start at this point. There's not going to be any light here. Those clouds look pretty wild, don't they? So all hidden underneath this atmosphere. Whoa, that looks crazy. Whoa. Well, I'm going to lower that. That looks really cool. Flashlight on. Oh, that looks mad. Wow, interesting. Okay. So Ultra Earth has really got some secrets. But it doesn't have any water. Well, we're going to see about that. Let's add some on. There we go. Add a little bit of that in there. That'll help them out. Bit of carbon dioxide in there. Bit of oxygen. There you go. Hopefully sort that object out as it evolves. But the question is, will it make it to become habitable? Or will its orbit get derailed? Because it is in a very dodgy part of the system here with a lot of big objects floating around. So it could be a concern. Further out, we've got just big frozen super Earths and rocky planets. Some of the smaller ones here as well. But I'm going to make this one interesting. Let's add a lot of methane to it. Is that just a big number to it? So I'll add a nice big chunk of methane to this. So get some greenhouse gas in there. You know, that could definitely warm up at some point. Maybe give it an atmosphere as well, just to give it a little extra. One atmosphere mass of Earth. There you go. Give it some ATM as well. One. Oh, no, it doesn't know. It doesn't want to do anything yet. All right, okay. Further out, it's the dwarf planets. I'm not going to do too much customization to those because, I mean, they're kind of just objects to represent things. But they're all frozen worlds. I mean, what did you expect at that sort of distance? Not too much in terms of customization. Okay, right. Is this the one I just added the stuff to? Yeah, that's the methane object. Okay, let's give that a distinctive colour as well. There you are. Maybe Horta over here, or one of these objects. Has that got mass? Which one's 0.9? Another one of the... This one's an actual planet. Here we go. Give this one some sort of feature as well. Nitrogen. Bit of methane. bit of sulfur dioxide. Let's throw some of that in there. There we go. Have some more big mix of elements in there as well. Sulfur dioxide, maybe a bit of carbon dioxide in there as well. A bit of greenhouse. You can see that really made a difference with the atoll zone on there straight away. Alright, so I think I'm happy in terms of customization now. Let's go ahead and pop a save in as well. And then we can now really get to the evolution process of this system. So let's get this going. Really wind things up now as we will start to see changes with the orbits. And I think we can probably bring the star out of the prototype phase now. So we've just saved. Polaris can now be free to get brighter and get larger in size. I'm going to double its radius. That's not what I wanted. That's why we save, people. Oh dear. That's a huge crash. That is why you save. So what happened wrong there? I just doubled it. I'm pretty sure the so mass radius are locked. Yeah, I want mass locked. There we go. Oh, that's annoying. Right now we can make it bigger. There we go. That's all I wanted. So 4 masses of sun there. Look at brightness. Yeah, I'm going to make that up. Now it's a proper star. It's ignited. It's not just any old proto star now. So it's pretty much, you know, in the main sequence kind of phase there. Luminosity, I'm not going to give it that much leeway yet. I'm going to put it up to maybe 2. Let it evolve slower. There we go. So now we can really watch as things play out. So there you go. So the closest planet here, bottom quark. This is the one that's probably going to see the raft the most. Let's just turn the goggles on so we can see. So it's in the habitable zone now. So we should start to see some temperature change here as things slowly start to expand. So there it is. It's going to slowly warm up. We will see. How much of a greenhouse effect is this got? Has it got a low sea levels down? Turn the sea level up. It does have any ocean on it at all, that is. Infrared. So atmosphere is constantly changing. I'm not even doing anything there. That's just naturally doing it on its own. So we'll see how that plays out. Next planet out, we've got Oropax here. How's that one doing? 50 degrees here. So yeah, the very early. This one has developed water very early in its life. I still don't know what's causing that blue glow from behind at night, but that's cool. So 50 degrees. It's a very hot ocean world, and it managed to get oceans very fast after formation. So interesting world. But I don't think it's going to have the chance for any life to develop because it's just too close to that star. And Polaris is not going to be cutting this any slack. That is a star that is going to be becoming pretty big. So there you go. Oropax. Some of the other worlds in here, less customised. How are they doing? 120. This was 125 already. Whew, getting a greenhouse there. Our crazy cloud objects, they are out of the zone at the moment. No temperature there yet. Where is Sunrise? How's that doing? Minus 146 there. Okay, so we can already see some changes in temperature. If we go to the temperature gauge, you can already see a lot of cold stuff there. Is that there you go? So by temperature, 120. How's that one minus 168? But these gauges are really weird. So 50. I don't know what that. I don't know how that one's at minus 164. I'm gonna plop it to 0 and just see if it. So it still gets cold. How bizarre! That is really weird. Even the manual intervention didn't help it out. That's very glitchy. 50 degrees there, 39. So we can already see, yep, there's a bit of warmth and everything else is cold from that point. This is really off. I have no idea what that's all about. There you go. Okay. How are we doing in these systems? Let's actually just generally watch. Because I want to actually speed up the time here and see some orbits change. Because those orbits are a little too circular for my liking. You know, in these systems we like to see some action. So let's see. We in theory should see Facile here start to cause some turmoil because it has got a lot of mass. So if we speed up time here, we should start to see changes. Those orbits are going to wobble around like crazy. There's already been some interference by the looks of things. There is wobble. That wobble could create some carnage. Inner system's looking... I'm surprised how crazy the inner system's looking, actually. It seems to be behaving itself. Very interesting stuff. But there is some wobble in there. There is some concern that facile could start to cause some issues. It looks like we place the objects in a pretty lenient way where there's not too much wobble, but there's definitely going to be something not having a good day in there. It looks like the Earth, like the Ultra Earth, is going to be having a hard time here. It doesn't look like it's facile is going to let it out of its... Yeah, oh, they're going to get close. Oh, they can see interference. It is interfering with it, and that is not a good sign early on in this system's life. I don't think that Ultra Earth's going to last, which is a real shame because it looks really cool as well. If it does get taken out early, we'll have to use it in a future system at some point because it does look really good. So there you go. Seen a lot of interference with the green orbit. That is a real concern. It's a real shame if it does get tossed out. Oh yeah, because the planet is changing though. There's some weird effect going on here. Look. A very bizarre one. Okay. How are we doing on the inner solar system? Seems to be everything all in order. If it does get too boring, though, we can always create a scenario where one of the planets destabilizes or comes close to the star. And that could cause some... So maybe we could make Facile move close to the star for unknown reasons. We'll have to see. But anyway, let's get it going. And I think we can probably evolve the star to the next stage before we finish off today. So let's go ahead and... Yeah, let's do it. So, luminosity, I'm going to double it straight to 4. Radius, again, I'm going to make this go up now. Oh, it's done it again. The mass is unlocked. Ah, I don't think I saved. How annoying. Again, look how buggy the stars are. I didn't unlock that mass. Oh, that's autosave. Let's go back in the regular save. Oh, how annoying. So we may have just lost a bit of our progress there, but what I'm going to do is... Yeah, so look, the mass. I want the mass locked, and the game keeps unlocking it. That's really annoying. So double the radius there. I'm going to make the luminosity bigger as well. So look, it's done it again. Look, the mass has unlocked itself. I didn't ask it to do that. That has done it on its own. How annoying is that? And then luminosity, I'm going to make that bigger as well. 5,000 degrees now. We're really getting up there in size. I didn't do that. Oh, how annoying. I just want it to be 5. That's all I want. There you go. And then again, let's save. So we're kind of jumping the gun a bit. Kind of skipping that last stage of evolution. But I want to expand it a bit more. So there we go. And that Ultra Earth orbit is still wobbling around, so that's fine. Okay, right. Now let's evolve it. So we have to... This star looks like it's already going to be a menace. So let's go ahead and continue. So, but the star is a lot brighter than the previous phase. The temperature is cooling a bit. That's fine. It will evolve. It will have its chance. We're going to have to be very careful with evolving this star by the looks of the things there. So there we go. Right, now let's continue. Let a lot of time expand here. Or we can already see ice gas is having a bit of a problem here. Look. So we can already see that gas giant. It's coming into the inner solar system region. There it is, in ice gas. Let's keep an eye on that. Because that is getting a bit close to that inner solar system region as it flies in there. There we go. Look, it's going to pass by blue gas. There's Facile there. Ultra Earth's actually further out than Facile at the moment. So ice gas is actually going to enter the inner solar system with its 7 masses of Earth there. Passing by yellow gas here. So it's getting a little close to the parent star in these regions here. There we go, there's yellow and ice gas going past. Okay. Keep an eye on that green and yellow or green and blue orbit. Let's see if there's any more. So we can already see though, it's that Facile is starting to clear out orbits. I feel like there could be an interference between purple gas and realistic ice giant further out as well, because they have similar kind of orbits there. And that one's got 0.5 Jupiters. That could mean something later on. Ice gas, though, is not having a good day. Look, it's getting slung everywhere. That may get ejected at some point. Oh, dear. That's not looking good. Okay, let's just go have another save just to keep saving our progress. Right, how are we doing on the inner solar system there? Bottom core has that. So minus 190. I don't agree with that. I think that world should be hotter than that. Where's the goggles? It's in the red. That doesn't make sense. That really doesn't make sense. Is that albedo high or something? It's got 1 ATM. Where's the... Albedo's very low. It shouldn't be doing that. This world is really bugged, I think. It should be hotter than that. That is so weird. If I put it to like 200 interfere, it just cools down. How strange is that? that is bizarre. Rest of the inner planets, how are we doing? We're in the 200s for a lot of these. 290 at the green one there. How's the sun rest doing? 19.4. So this one is currently in habitable temperatures. Look at that. That's how it looked like in the competition, actually. It was in that state. There it is. Looking pretty good. I believe it has oceans under there. It does. So right now it's in a habitable state. Very nice. Put the vegetation on if we want. See if the game thinks it's habitable. Which it does. There you go. So right now, a habitable world. Decent stats on it as well for a naturally evolving system there. Very nice. Okay. How are we doing further out? Minus 100 degrees on the crazy clouders. They're still not warmed up just yet. Okay, habitable gas giant, yep. Alright, okay. So what we'll do is we'll continue evolving the system for now. Let's really speed up time, watch some carnage unfold before we finish up today. So there we go. Oh, you can really see those further out. You can really see all the orbits of the dwarfs are wobbling around. Oh yeah, that's looking pretty wild. Go up to maximum speed. Oh yeah, the faster we go, the less realistic it does get. But you can see there are changes. So we can see Gassy is being affected by Facile is really clearing out the orbits there. There's definitely some issues going on here in that sort of mid-solar system region before the outer purple gas area. So all of this area here is looking, you know, anything could happen. Literally anything could happen. You see that Ultra Earth is still in a bit of an awkward position. Facile is just causing carnage and trying to clear its orbit. Again, let's continue. Keep an eye on those orbits there. One of these is going to go. Look at that. One of them has just gone. Oh, there you go. What was that? Realistic ice giant has been... That may have been involved by... That may have been purple gas that did that. I don't even think that was anything to do with Facile. I think purple gas has just seen it and like, nope, getting rid of that. Ice gas is in trouble as well. So we can see that orbit has been given like a Planet 9 orbit now. Being slung out there. Sedna, Planet 9 kind of esque looking orbit going on there. Oh dear. Ice gas is in trouble. Gassie's in trouble because they've been ejected by Facile. I mean, now their orbit is crossing purple gas. And purple gas, in theory, is the second most dominant gas giant, I think. Gassy, 0.2 Jupiters there. Ice gas is 0.7 masses. So this is more powerful than both of these. So if it interferes with purple gas, after being ejected by Facile, that could be a double kick for those objects. And they would not be having a good time. Because purple gas hasn't really got anything contesting it at this position. So, ooh, that could really cause some carnage there. And you got realistic ice giant. This could upset some of the dwarf planets as it comes in here, because it is going to cut across those orbits. So let's see as the realistic ice giant flies in here. Could it upset any dwarf planet orbits? Who knows? It's flying around. It should be okay for a lot of these orbits, but could upset some dwarf orbits. So that is for sure. Well, I've put it in quite an interesting position so far. So there we go. Oh, let's continue evolving a bit. You can see there's constant changes. It's not looking good. The inner solar system's looking pretty... I'm surprised how stable the inner solar system actually is, to be honest. That's done quite well, actually. How's our trails looking? There we go. Keep an eye on the trails. Get a different view outlet. Go back to orbits. It's always a better indicator, but you can see that mid region of the solar system here is not having a good look. There's realistic ice giant flying by again. So that object may be in the safe region for now. As long as it doesn't have any interaction with purple gas, it may be able to hang around for a while now in that outer region as being the most distant planet by a long shot. I mean, how long is its orbit now? Let's see, 4,000 years to go around. So that is in a real safe position now. Let's just disable everything there. So you can see Polaris is light just in the darkness, but this thing is way too far away to get anything like that. So that really is our sort of Sedna Planet 9-esque planet now. Out in the depths there. Very nice. But yeah, there we are, everybody. So, we're going to finish off today's video there. Stay tuned for the next episode where we really get into the evolution of the star in particular. And yeah, let me know what you think down below in the comments of the system so far. How are you finding it? Good system, bad system? Let me know your thoughts down below. And let me know what you think. If you enjoyed the video, let's see if we can go for 100 likes on today's video as well, everybody. And yeah, subscribe. Helps on the journey to 50,000 subscribers as well. Be much appreciated. Really appreciate the support as always, everybody. And yeah, that all said and done. Make sure you have a great day out there, everyone. And I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.